Hi guys, today is 11/19/2016. The time is 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In front of me I have a map of New Zealand, and today we are going to be looking at the earthquakes. Today's earthquakes are in yellow. And if you notice, our flags will be in blue. There was 97 earthquakes today, and in order for me to show pattern, I have to back up so that y'all can see how the pattern works for New Zealand today. So, first earthquake was a 1.9 at 11 kilometers deep, and it was on North Island. It was located 30 kilometers north of Taipei. Our next earthquake was a 2.3, and it was 42 kilometers deep. And it was located 20 kilometers south of Oahu. That also is on the North Island. Our next earthquake was 3.8, 15 kilometers deep. It was located between the two islands, 25 kilometers east of Sutton. Next earthquake was a 3.1, 21 kilometers deep, and it was located 10 kilometers south of Tangaroa, which is also on the North Island. Did I believe correctly? Yes. Our next earthquake was a 2.2. Where did you go? Sorry, I gotta back up a minute because this thing is like trying to get ahead of me. Our next earthquake was a 2.2. It was 8 kilometers deep. I'm sorry, I got the wrong flag up there. And it was 15 kilometers north of Papo. You can tell most of these run on the water beds. Next earthquake was a 2.3 at 22.3 kilometers deep, located on South Island. Next earthquake was a 2.5, and it was 29.4 kilometers deep on the ridge. Next earthquake was a 2.0, 19.5 kilometers deep, located on the South Island. The next earthquake was a 2.8, and it was 21.9 kilometers deep, and it was located 300 kilometers from Taranaki. Our next earthquake was a 2.5, 19.5 kilometers deep, located off the island, off the South Island. The next earthquake was a 2.2, and it was 32.2 kilometers deep. Our next earthquake was a 2.6, and it was 19.5 kilometers deep. Our next earthquake was a 2.4, and it was 9.9 kilometers deep, was located between the two islands. Next earthquake was a 2.2, and it was 16.7 kilometers deep, located on the shoreline of the South Island. Next earthquake was a 2.9, located further down the island at 26.1 kilometers deep. Next earthquake was a 2.9, located more further down the island, and it was 17.2 kilometers deep. As you can tell the distance on this one, that's where they start coming out. Next earthquake was a 2.4, and it was 17.4 kilometers deep, and it was located back towards the front of the South Island. The next earthquake was a 2.6. It was 28.4 kilometers deep. The next earthquake was a 3.6, and it was 29.8 kilometers deep. And it's hitting in the same area as we've seen many of the other earthquakes, which makes me feel that the landmass is moving this way. Our next earthquake was a 2.3 at 12.7 kilometers deep. And it was located on the shoreline, off the shoreline of the North Island. Our next earthquake was a 3.5 at 23.3 kilometers deep. Near Takora on the South Island. Next earthquake was a 3.4, 32 kilometers deep. And it was located on the tip of the North Island. Right around Oterongo. Next earthquake was a 2.3 at 23.3 kilometers deep. This too was on the South Island. Next earthquake was a 2.7, 29.4 kilometers deep. It was located off the shoreline. Next earthquake was a 2.9, 18.6 kilometers deep. Next earthquake was a 3.1, 24.2 kilometers deep. Noticing that these running along the water areas, rivers. Next earthquake was a 2.2, 15.3 kilometers deep. Off the shoreline of South Island. Next earthquake was a 3.5, 58.4 kilometers deep. And it was near the Grasmere Lake, which is also near a geothermal area. I forgot how to put it. Sorry, my brain is a little gone today. I'm still tired. The next earthquake was a 2.6 at 19.5 kilometers deep. Do you notice it's near Puhi Puhi? Next earthquake was a 2.1, 10.4 kilometers deep. And it was also located near Lake Grasmere. Next earthquake was a 2.5 at 12.7 kilometers deep. Located off the South Island. The next earthquake was a 2.1 at 23 kilometers deep. Carol. Next earthquake was a 2.7 at 5.5 kilometers deep. Located at the tip of the North Island. Next earthquake was a 4.1, and it was 39.7 kilometers. Where the heck did it just go? Okay, this thing nice and left, let me know. Hang on, let me see if I can find it. Where did you just go? Okay. It was 39.7 kilometers deep. And it was located off the South Island. Next earthquake was a 3.5, 21.4 kilometers deep. Located between the two islands. Next earthquake was a 2.7, 25.2 kilometers deep. If you notice, here's another water area. These are rivers that come out. Next earthquake was a 2.0, 9.9 kilometers deep. Located at the swarm area, the tip of the island. Next earthquake was a 3.4, 30.8 kilometers deep. This is also off the South Island, near Half Moon Bay. Next earthquake was a 3.3, 33.6 kilometers deep. Also located near Half Moon Bay. Next earthquake was a 2.4, 7.8 kilometers deep. Located on the North Island. Near Hunterville. Next earthquake was a 2.6, 5.2 kilometers deep. At North Island at Lake Grasmere. The next earthquake was a 3.1, 19.5 kilometers deep. And it was located on the shore. The next earthquake was a 2.3, 26.1 kilometers deep. Also, near Butte. This looks volcanic to me. Next earthquake was a 2.7, 8.3 kilometers deep. Near Lake Grasmere. Our next earthquake was a 3.0, 11.1 kilometers deep. Off tip of South Island. Next earthquake was a 2.1, 6.4 kilometers deep. Next earthquake was a 2.6, 19.5 kilometers deep. Also up the shore of the South Island. Next earthquake was a 2.3, 8 kilometers deep. Located near Lake Grasmere. Our next earthquake was a 2.7, 34.1 kilometers deep. As you notice, here's the river again. And it's also located near Fish Lake. Our next earthquake was a 3.3. And it just disappeared on me. Next earthquake was a 3.3. Let's close that. And it was 22.8 kilometers deep. And if you notice, running along a river area. Next earthquake was a 2.9, 5.9 kilometers deep. It's near Wanganui. The next earthquake was a 3.3, 157.8 kilometers deep. It was located near Whale Island. The next earthquake was a 2.1 at 13 kilometers deep. Near Lake Aleutian. Our next earthquake was a 2.6, 5.9 kilometers deep. Located on the Island, near Phuket. Next earthquake was a 2.4, 16.7 kilometers deep. Up South Island. Lake Grasmere is right here. There's Lake Aleutian, and it is right here where this river comes in. Our next earthquake was a 2.8 at 10.2 kilometers deep at the corner of Lake Grasmere. Next earthquake was a 2.7, 29.4 kilometers deep. The next earthquake was a 2.9, 13.9 kilometers deep. The next earthquake was a 2.4, 20.5 kilometers deep. The next earthquake was a 3.5, 28 kilometers deep. Also along a water area. Next earthquake was a 2.5, 10.9 kilometers deep. Next earthquake was a 2.7, 9.5 kilometers deep. The next earthquake was a 2.6, 10.2 kilometers deep. The next earthquake was a 2.5, 34.1 kilometers deep. The next earthquake was a 2.5, and it was 15.3 kilometers deep. The next earthquake was a 3.1, and it was 12 kilometers deep. And the next earthquake was a 3.8, and it was 14.8 kilometers deep, and I have missed one. See if I can find it. That one, this one here is 157.8 kilometers deep. This was a 3.3 at 157.8 kilometers deep. And it was, the nearest volcano was within 13 kilometers, which was Whale Island. I didn't miss that one. So there's one more that, there's the other one, 115.6 kilometers deep. You can tell there was 2 deep earthquakes, not majorly deep, but they were deep enough. And then something else that that caught my attention today is the slow slip watch, which is going on in New Zealand, which shows that the island is moving. So it's considered a slow slip watch. As it states here, the 2 major south-southeast zones and GNSS monitoring instruments, Hurricane Haikarangi margin as south-southeast are more frequent every 1 to 2 years, shallower, less than 10 kilometers, and shorter 2 to 6 weeks than Manawatu Kapiti, south-southeast, which occur at 30 to 40 kilometers every 5 years and last 1 to 2 years. And this pretty much just shows the slow slip that's going on with the islands. Shows where they were and where they've moved to. And this is off of GeoNet, so it's kind of interesting to come over here and look and see what's going on with the island. And then it'll tell you the latest news that's going on. Kind of neat stuff when you're researching what's going on with the island, where it's moving to, what the future scenarios and aftershocks will be. It'll give you all kinds of information that you can look up and learn more that you need to learn to keep yourself prepared for what's going to happen, might happen. If you have more questions, you can go to DutchSinse on YouTube. That's DutchSinse. He's on YouTube. It's Earthquake 3D. He can provide you the best forecasts there are for your area. He does research the videos that I do so that he can give you an accurate forecast. If you have questions, please make sure you send them to dork2door@yahoo.com. I cannot give you any forecasts, and as I'm not educated enough to do that, unfortunately. He is within a 95 to 98% ratio of correctness on forecasting. I do know that there is another site out there that claims that they are forecasting and is trying to take credit for DutchSinse. However, I'd like to put this out there. DutchSinse has called most of the earthquakes that have happened, that have been large earthquakes, within 2 to 3 days of them occurring. And everything is based on a pattern. You need to do your research to learn when and where and how and when the last time these earthquakes are that have happened and what have happened during them, to actually know what's going to happen and what leads up to them. So therefore, you know, I'd like to put it out there that there are some people that think that they can claim other people's accomplishments, but in the end, they serve themselves nothing. DutchSinse is a really great person. I respect and admire his channel. He's honest, and if you want fair and good forecasting and somebody you can trust in, please visit his channel. Anyway, thank you, and I appreciate your time, and have a good day. And remember, stay prepared, don't be scared, have a plan.